which makes these districts extremely cheap. Hungary is quite unique city where you can freely go for money, and this might help you to reach Golden Age. By the way, I settled quite risky city right next to the Ottoman Empire. It's completely on a flatlands, but hey, I can buy out two plantations, and I can say I'm stealing silk tile from Ottoman, so I guess this is worth it. Besides the city-states, I don't really need any alliance in this game. I have alliance with Russia. But there was one thief who actually did care. It was Poland, and she declared war. Because my main goal was to just raid Poland territory just a bit, so I can farm some culture to reach exploration, civic, and have a merchant republic government type. But they couldn't save Poland, and Jadwiga was punched out of existence.
And are we the baddies?
Hello and welcome boys and girls, this time I'm playing Hungary. Are you hungry for apples, boys? I hope you are, because we have an amazing double 3-2 bananas start. With a 1, 2, 3, 4 possible districts buffeted with a Pearl of Danube, unique Hungarian ability. That gives 50% production toward districts and buildings in that districts that build across the river from a city center. Usually you have a bit less, like 2, and now we have 4, which is 2 times more than 2. So we probably can fit in diplomatic quarter in Buda, which buffs our Magnus internals and of course city-state relations. And on top of that, double bananas gives us enough food to build those districts, because if you have not enough population, it doesn't really matter how much good tiles across the river you have if you can't build any districts at all. I'd like to say I'm playing regular build order, but it's not, because it's double 3-2 banana. But anyway, it's a double scout because we need extra era score to reach Golden Age, followed by double settlers. I once again playing normal speed against deity bots using late game AI and real strategy AI mods to boost AI. And of course, I'm using better balanced game and better balanced stats mods. We're skip couple of turns and moving forward to a second city settling. Because I'm playing normal speed, I can travel a bit farther compared to an online speed.
I'm going on an adventure!
So I settled 6 tiles away from capital city and another districts with the potential for Pearl of Danube districts. That's an amazing start. Second city doesn't have any extra food bonuses, so we'll have to boost it with a trade route. I bought trade route and building slinger to protect this trade route from potential griefers like barbarians. In most games you can buy only one thing. It's either trader, builder, or a scout. My favorite thing, of course, is buying trade routes. Sometimes you have to buy a scout or a builder, but you can't have both, unfortunately. Third city is not that awesome. It has dice, which help me to get Pantheon. Turn city 5 Irish currency. I rushed it. I didn't open animal husbandry or mining. It is my third tech. I haven't even opened early empire civic, which makes these districts extremely cheap.
Cheap! Cheap!
And with the Hungarian bonus, we can build them even faster. Remember guys, you have to replace districts as soon as possible, as soon as your city reach population cap. For another district, you should replace it. But this time, as Hungary, you have something different. We have something different. Because districts are built so rapidly, you don't even want to wait. And of course, they are even better for chopping. By the way, I got Pilder from Hut and he was traveling around improving some tiles, like rice tile, which will boost plantations. Finally opened early empire and now it's time to pick a governor. Hungary is quite unique city where you can freely go for money, and this might help you to reach Golden Age. Right now it feels like I might miss Golden Age, so I choose this option and got money. I've met a couple of city-states first, so I can send her there and they will be seized and I'll receive extra 2 era score for that. For a multiplayer, it is a common thing when you rush ironworking, so you can levy city-states warriors, upgrade them with almost no gold, and put a pressure on your opponents. You even might pillage some tiles, or even take a city by surprise, but here I don't really want to be that aggressive. I'm a peaceful man, so I just roam money between the different cities and farm more hero scores. That's the plan. And of course, in the multiplayer, it's not even an option to do so, because you might choose only one city-state. Eventually, you discover early empire turn 24, 25, and that means you have only 5 turns till a money will be established in the city-state, so you can choose only one and it's only 2 points. Here, however, you can choose 2 or even 3 city-states. This might help you reach Golden Age not only with Hungary but with other cities that doesn't have any early game bonuses to reach Golden Age. So not this many trick for future games, and let's move on. With an animal husbandry, horses revealed, and I was surprised I had 2 horse deposits. That's an amazing, because our unique units, Black Army, require horses, and if something went wrong and we will have to fight our neighbors, I can build those extremely strong light cavalry. Right after animal husbandry, I went for irrigation. It's already boosted thanks to the free builder I got. And to be honest, I got another free builder. That's extreme tempo for me. 2 free builders. Awesome. Now it's time to pick Pantheon. I already had Goddess of the Festivals on my mind, but I decided to double check it. Among other options is, of course, Settlers Pantheon. Hungary is extremely good as a wide empire because your districts are super cheap. I'm not sure how many cities I can place right now, so I decided to mark potential ones. Luckily we have a lot of rivers nearby. It's a Hungarian feature like a continent split and geothermal sources. So I'm trying to mark cities with the most Pearl of the Danube bonuses. And it does look like I can't build that many cities as I thought I could. If I could place 10 or more cities, I would try religious settlement. I guess it's religious settlement. The one that gives you extra bonus grow, extra settler production and few tiles. But it does look like we have place only for about 7 cities in total. So I think it's not worth it to go for that pantheon. I could also went for Lady of Reeds and Marshes and settle those flat plants, but I thought that maybe a little bit more culture is a better idea. So I stick with the first option and went for Goddess of the Festival Pantheon. Now all we have to do is open irrigation and improve all those juicy plantation tiles. I opened irrigation in a couple of turns and immediately improved 3 plantations. That's an efficiency, guys. Also, I have to praise RNG God
A blessing from the Lord. God be praised.
for that, because 2 free builders, that's an amazing. Because I don't have to build them, I don't have to spend gold on them, I can buy tiles and I can build settlers. Next turn I will open state workforce and will boost those settlers with the colonization policy cards. And on top of that, I already finished commercial hubs, so I generate an additional gold with which I can buy tiles. It's at 23 gold per turn right now. I have to say it's something. But there is another option for you to play. You can go for markets right away. I think it is a bit worse decision, but you don't have a taller and a bigger cities, so you can play district discount more freely. But because it's Hungary, I believe it is better to get more cities, to build more Pearl of Danube districts than focus on a district discount. Both options are quite popular, both of them have different pros and cons, but as I already told you, I prefer settlers before markets, which is completely different with the naval cities, because there you need extra housing to grow, and for naval cities it's settlers after lighthouses. So as I was saying, there you go, the colonization policy card, and for next, I don't know, maybe 10 turns, will build nothing more but settlers and a Governor Plaza buildings. I'm not building any settlers in Buda because it's not profitable. It is better to get Governor Plaza, and by the way, it's a discounted Governor Plaza because I finished 3 districts and discovered 3 districts. So it is better to build Governor Plaza building and a builder because we are playing Magnus Internals. We'll have Magnus. We'll have Magnus in a Governor Plaza city, and with that we can either chop some wonders or chop some settlers. And that's another common fork you have while playing Magnus Internals build order. Turn 51 open political philosophy, and that is the fork I was talking about. I've chosen the Governor Plaza buildings way, that's why I'm going for Classical Republic with an extra amenities and a great person points, because we're already farming great merchants. By the way, I was quite surprised that Hungary has extra green policy cards. This stacks well, this stacks perfectly with a Hungarian bonus at the city-state control agenda. That's just awesome. Another cool thing when you're playing Magnus Internals that you can afford to chop Counter Plaza building because you need this as soon as possible for a better tempo and a settler production. Usually people are willing to chop 2 forests for that, but I was kind of a bit greedy and chopped only 1, and it was enough. So the idea with this Magnus Internals Ancestral Hall build is that you might chop some settlers, and because nowadays Magnus soak 3 governor titles, you go for the left promotion and the right promotion, and the right promotion prevents your city of a population lost when you're making settlers. It allows you to chop 2 or 3 or maybe even 4, it depends on how many forestation you have around your Magnus city. So I chopped only 1 in Buda because I don't have any forest anymore and I have to open Brownsburg and I can't boost it because I've never met a barbarian camp, thanks to good old civilized barbarians option. Another good thing with this build order and why you have to rush Ancestral Hall is you'll get free builder for your upcoming cities. So now I have 3, not even 4, 3 cities. So if I'm planning to place about 5 or 6 more cities, I have 5 or 6 more builders. That gives you an additional tempo. Of course, you might say, well, it's not that expensive, you might buy those builders, yeah, but I might spend gold somewhere else. So this is an amazing tempo build, especially when you have a place to settle and things to chop. And for Hungary, it's even better because your districts are super cheap. This build order commonly used for the district discount pantheon, can't remember how it's called, but you have built-in district discount pantheon for all districts and building Canaries Hungary, and that is why I love Hungary. I've never played it before, and now I see how strong this civ is. It's an amazing civ. Another cool thing, as I was saying, it's a money Euro score farming, and you might see that I have not enough Euro score right now, even though it's turn 53. Somehow bots are not triggered Golden Age yet, usually it's turn 51, so I'm quite happy about that. By the way, I settled quite risky city right next to the Ottoman Empire. It's completely on a floodplains, but hey, I can buy out 2 plantations, and I can say I'm stealing silk tile from Ottomans, so I guess this is worth it. Why am I talking so much about this plantation buyout? Well, when you have 2, and in this case even 3 extra culture, you can skip monument for a while and build something else, like builders or districts or other thing. Your borders will grow because I'm having a pantheon that gives you culture from plantations. And on top of that, I got a free builder, so I can immediately improve those plantations and get those juicy extra culture. And on top of that, it's a 4 perl of danube tiles for this city. That's an amazing, that's really cool. And what I'm gonna do, you're right, I'm going to build yellow districts in every single city I own. That's the Hungarian feature. There was some weird, it's weird for me, build where you was playing River Goddess and Holy Sites, Hungary. I don't like it. It's very weak. You can't utilize that phase properly in most cases. And with the gold, you have more mobility, better cities with Magnus internals. So in my opinion, right now I'm playing the most efficient and the best possible Hungarian build. The only thing that bothers me right now that I'm not having that many cities as I could. Now I think maybe I should build another builder and chop some more tiles and build extra settlers a bit earlier, but I'm not doing so, and I'm going for a market right now in the capital. I don't think it's a super bad and super big mistakes, I just could have a bit more cities earlier. And I think, like, chopping only single settler with a Magnus is kinda a bit lame, so I'll chop more in the future, but not now. It is turn 59 and a finally golden age. I'm so surprised. I used to play against level 10 bots and it's always turn 51 golden age. And with the level 8 bots, with the data, it is quite surprising that we have golden age that late. I don't really want to whine because of it, because I barely could reach 25 era score to reach golden. Actually, I got 27 era score, but it's still enough. So anyway, I just got Golden Age and picked Paintbrush and Voice Dedication, which is the best dedication for trading civs. Well, actually, there's only two ways you can play. This is Paintbrush and Voice or Monumentality. For Hungary, it's not very popular, and the last one, never picked. I don't even know how it's called. So after finishing markets, as you might guess, we're going for a trade routes, and we're going to run Magnus Internal's trade routes. It is so cool to play this game on a normal speed. It's a completely different timings, and if you have era shift turn 31 and on online speed, right here it's turned 59, and I already have finished markets. That's phenomenal result. Oh yeah, actually I'm playing Hungary, so markets have a 40% bonus production. I'm so obsessed about this 40% bonus production. I keep telling you that it's an amazing bonus, and I'm regretting that I wasn't playing Hungary more often. It is a super civ. I think it's something like a tier S civ or tier A plus. It is up to you, but now it's one of my favorites. It is so cool to play it. I'm not a master of Hungary, of course, but even I, who have never played it, was able to perform this awesome tempo build order.
It's amazing!
I finally did something that should be done a long time ago. I bought Builder in Buddha. Yay! And we can chop all those juicy jungles to build more settlers. As I was saying, every single city starts with a commercial hub, so we can increase merchant population. It is that easy to play, just got a city, build a commercial hub, got a city, start with a commercial hub, and the district order is quite simple, popular, and obvious. Got a city, commercial hub, campus, industrial zone, and you'll have a lot of production and gold and extra stars from Magnus internals. That's just super. Just play this way and you'll be good. There's of course a lot of factors that might hold you from playing this exact way, but in a general, I believe you got the point, and you probably know that I don't really appreciate religious civs. They're like, not that good as I see them. If I ever play religious civ, it will be vanilla without mods, and vanilla without mods, there where the religious civs shines. Another cool thing about Hungary, you must chop that damn districts. It is super efficient because you have 50% more production. It requires only 2 chops to fully build district without spending any production on it. I probably will make a short video about how to chop, but in general, district cost increase with the number of civic and tax opened, same as amount of production you get from chopping. Districts and chops have similar formula. The only difference is you receive 3 times less resources than the district costs. So, if you place district and you want to chop it immediately, you need 3 forest chops or maybe 3 stone chops. If you replace district, you freeze the price, and if you chop it later, like in a 5-10 turns, you get more attacks opened, you get more production for the chops, and you can chop district faster if you're playing not a district discount, but just district preservation method, district replacing method. So what we have here in Hungary, district costs 3 chops for you, and if you have 50% production, you need only 2 chops. And if you replace district or a chopped a bit later, or you chopped after you discover a few more tags, it's even more, you finish more than 50% of districts with a single chop. And of course, all this gives you better tempo, and Hungary is about tempo, as I can see from this particular game that I haven't played Hungary before. And look at these numbers. Amazing. So anyway, the simple thing is, when you have free builders, chop Pearl of Danube districts. That's it. If you have discount districts, oh, we can talk about it later because it's even more efficient. And I believe it's a one chop discounted district for Hungary, always. So let's skip a bit forward to turn 72. As you can see, I chopped a few more settlers. In total, I have 8 cities. That's not the number I'd like to have, but that's okay to play against the eyes. And I have to show one cool thing. I opened mathematics and Buddha just got 7 pops, so I'm building a diplomatic quarter in Magnus City. Why am I focusing on the subject? Diplomatic quarter gives you extra food and extra production for internals. So in total, my trade routes should have 5 food and 7 production, if I counted it correctly. That's a massive boost, and we're making it even better with Triple Quartal. On top of that, Hungary need Triple Quartal to control city-states. Keep in mind, we have bonuses for the city-state control. We're like Greece, but better. And as I always saying in every single video, make a pre-feudalism builder wave. You must pre-build those builders before Theo and finish them with a feudalism, so you'll have like number of cities times builder with a 5 charts. So right now I have 8 cities, so it will be 40 tiles improved for me. And you can even double this number by chopping second builder in every single city. That is how it's done, guys.
That's how it's done.
Also, on top of that 5 charge builder for every new city I build after feudalism, I can buy trade road. So every single city you own will grow rapidly. It's even easier for Hungary or for any other city that can generate more than 100 GPT. Right now I'm generating more than 100 GPT. I can just buy those trade roads. It's such a nice game mechanic. I'm loving it. So I hope you have noticed it. I placed growth policy cards so I can build few wonders. I have to secure Golden Age, and the test city was placed specifically to build pyramids. I don't know why are they still available. Maybe bot doesn't have any desert tiles, but well, I'm planning to chop it. That's amazing. Great Pyramids is the tier S wonder because it gives you something in return immediately. It's like a statue of Zeus that gives you extra units. So basically your wonder is free. Another good wonder for Hungary is Apadana. Most likely you won't get it if there is some culture victory thieves. Those fools are using it for music artworks, unlike true leaders like Matthias who use it to control a city-states, and those who control a city-states controls the universe.
For those who control Grayskull control the power.
Well, maybe it's not, but we've seen a lot of games where just a simple blue city-state control brings victory to a team. Maybe it's not that important for a multiplayer FFAs, but it's still nice to have extra bonuses from city-states. So for the next, I believe, 10 to 20 turns, you'll chop builders, you'll improve tiles, and that is the gameplay of a middle game. You just chop, 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 improve, 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 and build some districts. Sometimes wonders. Yeah. So we're skipping all that boring improve tile stuff and we're moving straight to the point where you get a tier 2 government. It's most likely will be monarchy. Another important thing that happened this turn, I discovered niter. And I was glad we have 2 niter deposits. That's an amazing news. Why it's so important, you might ask? Well, hussars, a second unique unit for Hungary, requires niter. To be honest, I'm surprised of the way of thinking for Firaxis. Usually you don't have 2 unique units in a row, but for Hungary it's like, well, yeah, let's do this. So we have Black Army, which is extremely strong, that can be upgraded in even better unit. Okay, let's get back to a government thing. I'm about to reach Golden Age, like maybe in a couple of turns, and as you can see I don't have that great campuses, so what I'm going to do is boost amenities as always, get some campuses, because you have to put something there, and a commercial hub adjacency bonus. It's very important, it's important card, and you must open before you reach second golden age or right in the moment when you get it. Somehow I opened it so fast, even before Divine Rights. That was a mistake. You should go for Divine Right and then aim for guilds, because in most games you won't have enough culture to reach Divine Right before Golden Age, and you need that extra points, that extra era score to reach Golden Age. Anyway, what's happening in the game? Well, I'm buying libraries with a gold. Somehow I have like 212 GPT with a Magnus internal build order. I'm not trading abroad. That's impressive. And it's basically districts with the markets in them, and that's it. And it's 200 GPT. Well, of course I do have plenty of plantations, but they shouldn't give that many gold. No. I was a bit greedy and we didn't have any wars, so I haven't discovered bottom tech tree. I opened education and planning to build universities. That is actually why I'm buying libraries with gold, to build universities faster. It is crazy tempo. Half of my universities have a Pearl of Danube bonus, so that universities will be constructed with a 50% production bonus. That's an amazing. And now what I'm doing now, I'm trying to boost bottom tech tree with a bowman, double universities, and I'm planning to rush hussars. As you can see in the top right corner, the only civ with science somehow is a Suleiman. So if I can get rid of him with the hussars, I will secure a victory. So we're about to have a tiny war. And as always, you have to prepare for a war, not like the one turn before it. You have to build red districts, get a general, some siege engines and nice units. It must be different units. Mono army is never a successful army, well, at least in a multiplayer. In other words, you have to use your peaceful life to prepare your empire for a conquest. I know you guys were asking me to play some peaceful games without killing AIs on a very early game, but I have to say Hussars is not an early game, it's a mid game. So it's kinda counting as a simming game. Another bad thing I don't like about this red district construction and entire war idea is you can't use Pearl of Danube bonuses for encampment construction, because it must be placed one tile away from a city center. That's disappointing. Oh, by the way, nice moment in the game, you can check all those internals I'm running. I'm even boosting capital with another one. Usually you don't do this. And if you're planning war, you must send trade route of friendship. I'm already doing so. And we'll have road with the Suleiman territory, with the Suleiman cities, right now couple of turns. It is even better for a normal speed, because trade route moves one tile per turn, and for an online speed is inappropriate amount of time. It takes trade route like forever to reach destination point. But for a normal speed, everything is normal. That is why you shouldn't have like 5 different speed mode for a game. It's a disaster, guys. I really hate it. So it's turn 99, medieval era begins. And as you just saw, I choose free inquiry because we have yellow districts, and as you can see right now, they generate 32 gold per turn. So combined with a policy card, it's 64 extra signs per turn, which is about a quarter of what I'm generating right now. That means I just got 33% science generation boost. That's amazing. This Golden Age order quite popular right now because adjacency bonus for commercial hubs were buffed. They receive extra gold if they're located right next to the city center, and as Hungary always will build them right next to your city center. Profit. Congress this time was not that very interesting. We can double luxury resources, but as I remember, I trade all my resources with bots and got a lot of amenities like +3 minimum in every city. And the second one, which I spent my points in, gives me extra cultural bomb when I finish districts, but all my districts already finished, and I had a lot of culture early on, so I probably can't even get a single tile with this resolution, but I really want to have it, maybe just in case. So I'll get and save some gold for like third ring tiles. To be honest, I've had a pretty nice district management, and I probably don't have any free space right now. I think the only city that can afford an extra district is Szeged, right next to the Ottoman's borders. In order to get some extra era score, I built Theatral Square as a 4th district for Budo, so now I'm trying to grow it a bit taller for a 16 pop, I guess, would be perfect, so I can build campus and the industrial zone in there. And of course, it's a foreign ministry for Hungary. Whatever you do, it is always foreign ministry, because it gives you extra +4 combat strength for levied unit, and Hungarian bonus gives you even more military strength for that unit. So combined, it will +7 as I remember. It is more than a general bonus, and it will give you more options on how to use that separated levied troops. Because it's not a 4v4 game, I have plenty of invoids splitted in a different city-states to maximize science and gold bonuses. Besides the city-states, I don't really need any alliance in this game. I have alliance with Russia,
Oh, kurva!
alright? But it was done just to boost diplomatic services. Another cool thing that I like about Hungary, that it's okay and it's even more profitable than for any other civs to have a money level 4. I remind you that last promotion, ultimate promotion for a money governor, doubles your invoids in the city-states, and you can generate a lot of gold with that. And whenever you levy city-state units, you'll get extra invoids in the city-state, so you can just constantly levy units in the nearest city-states with a money 4. They will generate you some gold, extra gold, with a policy card, of course. So I have to repeat once again, I'm in love with Hungary. Somehow Poland is not very happy with my policy. Maybe I controlled her city-states or something, hard to say. But for the civilization that spends most of its income for a stupid religious war, she does some inappropriate moves, like denouncing me. What the heck, Poland? I thought we were friends. Actually, the only good friend nearby is a Suleiman, and I don't really like to kill AIs that has such good relations with me. Well, I know all this is a trick. And if he could, he would definitely wipe me out. But he's not doing so, for now. And I feel like an evil.
Hands, are we the baddies?
Well, what can I say? We're definitely not the baddies. Would any bad person use hard-shell explosive policy cult to build couple of trebuchets? Have you ever seen a bad guy with a trebuchet? I haven't seen one in my entire life. And I have to say, I've seen a trebuchet. So, it was a completely peaceful trebuchet. It's supposed to shoot something, but it didn't. And that was the biggest disappointment of the day. Anyway, first things first. I'm not really rushing to attack Ottomans because they're kinda weak. And my plan for a future 10, maybe 15 turns is to finish universities, build red districts with some buildings in there, make a project for general, build some pre-builds for hussars, accumulate some niter, upgrade niter units, and wipe Suleiman from the existence. So I sped up a bit to the point where I heard locking military signs. It turned out in a peaceful game you can't kill anyone with a knight. I checked my policy cards and was shocked. I didn't have a professional army policy card. That's terrible. I can't upgrade any units. I won't have any money to do so. And I'm like, well, yeah, okay. We can just wait for a couple more turns. Who cares? So I peacefully denounced Suleiman. I was planning to attack in the 5 turns or in the 4 turns after I upgrade my units. But there was one civ who actually did care. It was Poland, and she declared war. It is like 77-54 what she's going to have, like crossbowmen and coursers. And she declared war. Well, she thought maybe if I have the same units, I can't hold, but come on, girl. It's hussars time, and I do have better hussars. To be honest, hussars, Hungarian hussars, are, in my opinion, better than winged hussars. They're kinda stronger, and I guess they're cheaper to build. So anyway, I had to spend extra gold coins for a professional army policy card so I can, upgrade some units. So it's veterancy, professional army, and retinues. I wasn't sure how much niter I need to upgrade hussars, bombards, and even musketmen, so yeah, I got retainers. Another cool thing I did, I levied Bandar units, so I can perform a flanking attack on a Suleiman back cities. It shouldn't be that easy for him to kick those guys out because they'll have +7, thanks to a Hungarian bonus and foreign ministry Governor Plaza building. So after a brief delay, I advanced to Bursa and I was shocked how strong these guys. It is not even a court unit or there is no great general yet. They just slam through the city defense and city is completely taken just in 2 turns this time. And I remind you that these guys receive extra combat strength depending on the number city-states you're suzerain to. Unfortunately, Suleiman controls Nanmadol, so I have to pull back some hussars to deal with this situation. And also, there was few units marching through my territory to fight someone far, far away. I don't even know what wars are they holding. So, smaller part of my army was clearing backlines. On top of that, somehow, AIs didn't get any great scientists. And I'd like to have Isaac Newton, so projects, here I go. So we have a kind of tricky situation where my entire empire is uncovered and AI have few turns to just pillage every single tile in there with his units that are trapped there. And what do you think Suleiman did? Well, he besieged my capital. Smart. It's not a Hoi 3. You will get nothing of it. Well, actually, it would be a terrible event if he got my capital. I would lose Governor Plaza and would lose all the bonuses I having from this. But it never happened, so. With a quick thinking, I suzerained a couple of more city-states, actually only one, but we'll add even more to boost Source with a +2 for now. And also, I was so smart that I missed military tactics and I can't upgrade musketmen yet, but I just learned it and upgraded them this turn. So Poland is not a threat anymore. It's really cool how you can levy units from a city-states and upgrade them and use them and they will still be awesome. And on top of that, if that city-state is next to your territory, next to your borders, like Buenos Aires, units I levied, you can boost those units with a general, which I didn't, because I have no general yet. But even without a general, those hussars are doing great job, and my goal here was to pillage as many tiles as possible. So I double pillaged campus there, got some extra science, and aiming for ballistics right now. But my main goal is to reach industrialization as soon as possible, because I skipped industrialization and went for a bottom tech. And it's not the greatest move for a simming civ, which I'm pretending to be. So with the pillage of entire country, or maybe two, I'm trying to cut some corners. Anyway, this aggression is not that easy, because we have 4 hot spots. Like Poland is pushing, thanks to line infantry I'm able to hold this line. We're still advancing deeply in the Ottomans' territory. After upgrading unit, I'm able to attack Izmir and Aydin. So part of Suleiman units will be involved in the city defense. And Narmadal is plundering Cossack territory. Luckily, we had a friendly city of Mitla, where we can find some extra mercenaries. I of course have hussars there that basically one-shot any unit surrounded, but still having a few more units makes me feel more confident, and of course we can punish Nanmadol for that action later. Siege of Adana is going well, but not that fast. Remember, I have to pillage every single tile here. I'm even swapping units to do it faster. Also, it saves a couple of more turns because now I have a lot of science accumulated, and by simply pillaging campuses, I can finish technology and not have to wait till the next turn when it will be finished. You can't close multiple technologies in a civilization game. I don't know why. It's not a big deal, but somehow it is a forbidden mechanic.
Good news, everyone!
Somehow I got Isidore of Miletus, and we can finish Forbidden City faster. Cheers! And I'm about to get Isaac Newton. Spoiler alert, I will get it. At the same time, Izmir having the same experience. I'm just wandering around, trying to pillage every single tile, like that lumber mill. I could have taken it this turn, but no. Take your time. We just need as many gold, as many science we can have. Unlike on a multiplayer speed, there is no rush. It is so comfy to play, so you can relax and enjoy the game. After Ankara's fall, I split my units into 2 groups. One moved south to pillage Trabzon, and another one will attack Ottoman's capital, Istanbul. Another detachment have reached Poland borders. That is what's happening when you're attacking someone bigger than you. You'll have to deal with the consequences, and if you can't, well, you're gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Somehow, tricky Narmadel decided to quit. He switched suzerainty or something, I don't know, but he pillaged my tiles. Or at least he tried to, and we have to punish this behavior. I finally finished Terracotta Army, and now it is time to upgrade all my units. And a lot of them already has level 1, so I'm about to get level 2 and about to pillage Ottomans even harder. Look at this sweet pillage abilities. Well, of course it's line infantry, so I can pillage only once, but there you go. 1, 2, and the third one. Come on, do the third one. Oh, you can. Why aren't you pillaging third one? What the hell? Anyway, despite all that mistakes I made, offensive is going really well. I surrounded Nanmadol with levity units and took it, so another good city for me. Cheers. Ottomans are completely losing ground and looting their last city. Well, pre-last city, because the only city left is Ankara. And it's about to fall. Right now. Or maybe no. Please, just one more pillage, right? Yeah, just one more pillage. And it's gone. It was kinda a bit too easy. It's level 8 bots, it's deity with the mods. Maybe I should play a little bit higher difficulty level. To be honest, I didn't really want to be that aggressive, but then bad things happened and now he's dead. I even wanted to make a peace treaty with Poland, but then I was overcome by greed. And most likely I won't have a second chance to wipe out an entire civilization with such a few armies. So I moved north and did the same village thing. I just wiped out Poland completely. It turned into a wasteland. I feel so sorry about what happened there, because my main goal was to just raid Poland territory just a bit, so I can farm some culture to reach exploration, civic, and get a merchant republic government type. And now when I got it, I don't really need to continue entire conquest, but well, I don't like to have an unfinished businesses. So, I'm sorry, Poland. It is not you, it's me.
Then an amazing thing happened.
Another golden age. And because I pillaged like more than a 5k faith from Poland districts and other improvement, I thought it would be a good move to just take money mentality to repair all the damage I done to that poor AI cities. And they are poor not because I attacked them. They was just poorly placed. They had poor district management and no improved ties at all. So we're gonna to fix it. In the next 3 hours of gameplay, I will smash the improve button on a dozen of builders I'm just going to buy right now. I was planning to build them with a public works policy card, but well, now I can build something useful like sewers, and I'm kinda suffering from insufficient of amenities. So I spent all the faith I had for builders to turn this land into that piece of art. Meanwhile, main armies reached Poland capital Krakow. It was badly wounded already, but with the bombarders' shots it fell in no time. Jadwiga was begging me, but I refused the deal. No peace for traitors. I would gladly trade with her using a research alliance, but no, she refused. She denied this option, and once again, she left me no choice. By the way, after the Ottomans fell, I built a nice city right next to Kilimanjaro. I didn't want to build it earlier because it might cause a war. It didn't cause a war. Maybe with the deeper thoughts in some sort of it did, because I really want to build that city over there and I didn't want to bother him or set him in alert mode with the extra city right next on his border. By turn 144 we reached last Poland city, Solikams. It does looks like Jadwiga took it from Russia because Solikams is a Russian city. So I could give it back to Russia and maybe I could find an ally. But you know what? It is better to have a city than an AI ally, right? Right? To be honest, I don't think that Russia will fulfill my needs. I believe he still haven't finished a single campus, so trade routes with Russian cities won't give me extra science at all. And as you might guess, I'm aiming for a scientific victory. Oh yeah, actually I lied. There was another Poland city to the south. It was kinda hard to reach it, so I skip it and move my main forces north to finish the main cities. I took it in a few turns even without bombardas. They were too slow. At first I wanted to destroy it, but then I saw two turtles. And to be honest, that turtles saved those people. But they couldn't save Poland, and Jadwiga was vanished out of existence. Now when the war is over, I shall lead my people to prosperity. Well, to be honest, I'm leading Poland and Ottoman's people as well. But I truly believe that I'm way better manager than their previous leaders. While I was fighting, I finished Kilwa, which grants me a lot of extra science. Kilwa, by the way, is another essential wonder for Hungary, because it allows you to control even more city-states, and in this game I got 3 blue city-states, well, 2 of them under my control, which is necessary amount to get Kilwa's bonus, and that is one of the reasons why I have so many science. It's almost a 1k. Unlike in the real world, I turned my new territories into scientific colonies. As always with the late game, the only thing you need from a late game new cities is science and gold. So those cities are building universities, laboratories, and sometimes commercial hubs with markets. And on top of that, I specifically raised cities without campuses to lower amenities soaking for those cities. In a late game, it's obviously more profitable to get +5 amenities than settling new cities. So I'm fighting amenities insufficient in various ways. Thanks to the BBG mod, sewers are not a useless building, they gives you extra housing and extra amenities. That is why I always build sewers in every single city. Another good thing is of course democracy with a New Deal policy card, but I still haven't reached it. And after we can aim for stadiums. Also, Hungary is kinda cool because you have unique thermal bath building. It gives you extra amenities in cities with a geothermal source. And PPS mod grants you those geothermal sources because Hungary is often spawned on the continent split. Endgame as always was kinda boring. I reached suffrage and enact democracy to 167. With a New Deal, liberalism and Republican legacy I could reach +5 amenity in every city. So I got extra 20% of everything my city produce. Switched my focus to science production and made some projects. These actions allowed me to get more than 1600 science, and this number is growing because I still haven't finished labs in every single city. Because Hungary is such a great country and it has incredible tempo, AI absolutely no match for these stats. So I can do whatever I want.
I want.
And all I want is to finish this game as soon as possible. So at 167 I launched Satellite, which reveals entire map, that's great. And it appears we had quite shitty Pangaea and I got most of the lands, that is why AIs are so poor. Believe it or not, but because of poor culture, I only now finished Royal Society Tier 3 government building. I can't even explain how that happened and why it took me so long to finish it. But now I can buy out some builders to boost projects. At first, because I'm not often aiming for science victory, I bought builders in surrounding cities. But then I remembered, I can do it better. So I started buying them in a long city. Again, and again. Every turn I bought one builder with 7 charges, and it's the most efficient builders you can get for this job. Only China with its unique bonus can have 8 charges builders. But for everyone else who can have only 7 charges, it is, I think, 14% boost per builder. It is not very cost efficient, but if you buy only one builder per turn, you'll be good. I was 100% sure that AI will try to remove governor or disrupt rocketry, so I placed spy in commercial hub district. So it will protect all neighboring districts like city center and spaceport. AI couldn't stop me from moon landing, so I reached this goal to 176. This project also gives you good amount of culture. For a normal speed I guess it gives you the amount of culture equals to the amount of science you earned for the last 10 turns. So I believe it's about 17k, which is equal to about 10 civics, I guess, so I could reach tier 4 government. It was a big deal because with the PBG mod those tier 4 governments were buffed, and the one I picked gives you 30% production toward projects, towards city projects. And all space related missions are a city project, so I just got an extra 30% production for all what I'm doing for the last 20 turns, I guess. With all that cool bonuses, Exoplanet project were down to 183, and the only thing needed to achieve science victory is some lasers to boost this spaceship. I had a few spaceports and pre-built builders, so I boosted out projects and finished them in no time. Unfortunately, I didn't got any great scientist or engineer for science victory, maybe that is why it took that long. But no matter what, we reached distant star turn 189.
Much as our ancestors did ages ago, we thrust forward into the unknown. The first pioneers set forth on an uneasy course. And yet once again did our people thrive. Now, under your leadership, we
Well, that's it, boys and girls, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed playing Hungary.
Well, what do you think? You're fired.
I'm once again going to ask you for like support. Please don't forget to like, share and leave a comment below if you have any question or if you have thoughts to share. As always, sending you positive vibes, much love, and see you in the next video.